we're here in Edinburgh, Scotland. We have our European Defender, and we are going to make a north to south crossing of the United Kingdom.
The next leg of our adventure starts with a visit with our good friend and extraordinary Land Rover historian Michael Bishop, who took us green laning in his pre-production car, number 16, HNX 331. No one knows more about the history of these cars than this guy right here. We're off to see Camel Trophy legend Bob Ives, where we spent the day driving his winning Camel Trophy Defender 110 around his farm. Ever the instructor, Bob gave me some good rally driving coaching, which I'll be sure to remember on this year's Rebel Rally. So much fun. So much fun.
All right, well, we're actually here at the Bob Ives farm compound, the right one, and we have not just Bob Ives, but Bob Ives Camel Trophy truck. We thought while we're here, we would be remiss to not have you just give us a little walk around this incredible, actual Camel Trophy winning truck.
The actual car, yeah.
The real car, yeah.
It's had a bit of a makeover a few years ago. The Camel Club in the UK and ourselves did a lot of work on it, so because the roof rack was really rotting away.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, the usual sort of things, and redid all the decals on it because they'd all kind of, well, they're fading again now.
Yeah.
So I had a makeover then, but it's needing another one again now, really. But but it is the original truck. I built in 1988, I guess, for the 1989 Camel Trophy. So it's how many years that old?
Yeah, very, really reasonably old.
But it was home to not just myself and my brother for nearly 3 weeks. We had 2 journalists in the back, and all our kit, what a lot of people don't understand is all your kit, it's not like a Paris-Dakar where you go to a catering every night. You know, everything in this car for all the 4 of us is in that car. All our food, even our clean kit to fly home in, kind of thing. So you know, self-contained in the mud for 3 weeks. You know, all the kit. So we kind of kept the weight down. We kind of kept all our water jerry cans and things behind the seats. Kept the center of gravity low. Tried to have nothing on the roof really, apart from the fuel cans to keep that handling down.
Out of the inside.
Yeah. We subsisted on mainly just like boiling the bag foods, which we kind of on the old turbo diesels, you could pull the engine cover up and just put them in the manifold there, and warm them up an hour or 2 before you stopped in the evening, and then just like have your food, go to sleep. Yeah, we weren't into all the fancy cooking and things, but But no, it's really good. The 8274 worn winch on the front, which got used many times. It's actually it's a different mount. It got broken during training. After we used the car on the trophy, it then got used for training for the Siberian team years, and then the Tanzania, Burundi after that, before we got hold of it. So it had a pretty hard life during training. It got run into a tree with a head on, I think, and bent all this and smashed it. So it's had a new bit of a centre bumper, but the winch is original, and steel cables now, which you don't see much anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But no, it didn't. I mean, it came back from the trophy pretty straight. The bumpers were bent back a bit. I was quite proud of how we brought it back pretty straight. The
pretty good,
bent back a little bit. The sills were bent under, but apart from that, it didn't really have a lot of damage. So it was really, really nice. And
But then
straight.
training took care of damaging it the rest of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everybody said, did you use the shovel much? But of course, some you have to go to the toilet now and again, so it's kind of quite handy for that. And the pick. I mean, everything got used. Got used well. The snorkel, especially. We were in some really deep water. Anybody that watches that '89 video,
knows how.
We were in really deep water, and these old diesels are great because you just literally can't. Well, you can drown them, but you've got to be pretty deep.
You got to be pretty deep.
There's nothing electronic to go wrong on them really, so it's kind of in the water, quite happy in the water. We had sleeping arrangements. We had we made up a big kind of mozzie net that kind of completely covered the roof rack in a big A shape. The three of us slept on top of the.
On top of the car.
and then the photographer we had was quite happy just sleeping across the rear seats. It was very compact. He'd just kind of lie down on the front,
just fold up back there.
Fall asleep. The three of us on the top. And we made the tent kind of come out over the bonnet here, so you could climb up on here, get all your muddy boots off, leave them on here under cover, and then climb up into our sleeping bags and three on top of there, and have a good night's sleep when we're allowed to. So
what better place than the roof of a Land Rover to have a quick rest?
Inside the front here we've got the old Terra Trip. It's only connected to the speedo cable, so if you're spinning the wheels in mud, it's going to end up totally.
Totally wrong, right?
Yeah, totally wrong. But it was great. My brother did all the calculations when we were doing little special stages with the Terra Trip. And it's good. So if you have to reverse up or whatever, it'll subtract the the numbers and things, and get your timings and mileages right for the specialist tasks. But our event was we only had 2 days of special tasks. It was meant to be a third one, but because it was so behind schedule, we kind of they had to cut one lot out. So I mean the trophy itself, you just kind of everybody has to get everybody else through, and it's all a kind of team building thing, and winning it only comes from just those 2 days of special tasks really. So
right.
So the seats are they're not original. The bases they all had it slightly, but she's not too bad. I mean it did have a new bulkhead actually a long time ago, but that rotted out. But everything else is just
pretty much original.
Cosmetic.
Yeah, you can sort of see the paint starting to come off the doors and things, but it is I mean it's an original car. There's just there just is only one of these cars. There's only one car you drove, and it's not the original wheels and tyres, which somebody will comment on, but we do have them. But the old XCLs are getting a little bit crusty. Probably not super safe to be bombing through the woods in.
No, and the same with the rear door now. It's a bit broken up inside, so the wheel is lying in the back. But there would have been the dog cage in the back for stopping all the kit flying forward and hurting anybody. But we've got it all. We've just taken it out so we can. And put this as an extra obviously as well, just to take kids or people around just to put that in. But so she's jerry can on the roof and all that pickaxe and things. So now she's all very original. Non-standard tow hitch, but that was for towing the cattle trailer around when it got used on the farm. So it's kind of
because you guys use this car all the time.
I mean
you guys are always bowing around and things.
It got used for training for a couple of years, like I said, but then it got sold off, and we managed to buy this and one previous one, and did some kind of hospitality days at home with it, corporate type stuff, and then it got just used for, towing cattle trailer, and used and abused really. The roof rack was taken off, and it just got used as a farm truck. So it just needs a little makeover.
But I mean, there's only so much you could really do, right? Because it is an original car, and you want to keep it that way.
Paint it all and put new doors on. It wouldn't be right.
No, it wouldn't be right at all. Well, and then is it still the same car anymore? What are some of your favorite bits? What's some things that you remember every time you look at that part? You say, "Oh, I remember when we were on the trophy, and we were doing this, and this part remembers." I mean,
we got so the winch got used a load. Sleeping, I think we got our sleeping arrangements really good. Happy memories of sleeping up there out of the mud. You see guys trying to put up tents in the in the mire that we were in, sort of thing, and you look at them thinking like we were up there, kind of out of the mud, quite comfortable, and so no, just when it's using the car. I mean, getting in it now is just great. It trundles around great still. You kind of feel like you can still cross continents in it.
Absolutely. So, absolutely.
It's got that feel of just sort of durability, really, which always be with the family, I think.
Thanks again, Bob. I mean, thanks for having us, and
it's been fantastic.
Thanks for allowing us to farm a little bit and off-road and everything else here.
Great to see you both.
all. So
That's okay.
just
This is
I
just
know,
look right here.
I know.
Right there, that's where they are.
I know where to look.
People are in here.
I know where to look. Thank you. It's not my first rodeo.
It's literally my first rodeo. All right. Well, that was, without question, a pretty epic journey.
I had fun.
We might not have made it all the way north to south.
Not quite.
But we did go east to west.
Across Scotland. We sure did.
Which was sort of unplanned, but not unintentional.
No, but it was a ton of fun. We went literally as far west as you can go on Isle of Skye.
Mm-hmm.
And we went like within 2 or 3 kilometers of the farthest east you can go on mainland Scotland. So I thought that was pretty good.
There you go. See? Told you.
No, you said north to south.
I meant east to west. And we did it. Mission accomplished. Well, what did you think of the car?
I love that car.
You were skeptical at first.
Not skeptical. I wasn't as excited going into it as you. I just sort of was like, oh, okay, I'm sure it's going to be great.
Would you say that's generally your stance on everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's how this relationship works
so too.
in general. But I loved that car. It is just a pleasure to drive.
Yeah.
And we were in it pretty consistently for 12 of the 14 days of that trip. I never felt uncomfortable. I never felt crowded in it.
Were you in the same car? It's never uncomfortable. Oh, it is. It's everything you want from a Defender, without a lot of the things that you have to put up with a classic Defender.
With a classic Defender,
You know, I mean, it's peak Defender. 2009 is the best one they did. It was before they went to the smaller displacement diesel engine. It was before they had to do some of the traction control mods for stability control and stuff that they had to put in. So it's kind of everything. Plus, this one is our sort of, I don't know, what I'm calling NATO spec, which is nothing but air conditioning. So no power windows, none of that sort of junk that always breaks. It's like legendarily shitty in those cars, but it has air conditioning. So, you know, it's everything you want and nothing that you really don't want or don't need. And I think it was great. Now, it kind of broke down once.
I don't even think that counts as a breakdown.
Well, I did have to use a tool. Sort of. I mean, it was a piece of, I had to hit the battery with a piece of pipe. Right,
and we were broken down for all of 1 minute and 30 seconds. I don't think that actually counts, but it's like a 5-second rule, but for a Defender.
Right. Okay, fair enough. I attribute it to my expert MacGyver-like mechanic skills.
Sure.
I just unplugged it and plugged it back in. Yeah. So, what trip do you want to take in it next?
I think that vehicle is going to be a really good sort of long distance expedition vehicle for us, and we certainly have a few of those on our bucket list. I would like to take that car down into South America.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really fantastic and fun vehicle to take into South America.
Yeah,
Where do you want to take it?
I would like to take it north. I would like to go from like Anchorage up to the Arctic Circle. Take the Dempster Highway up that way and do that. Maybe take a ferry from Seattle.
So does that mean we're going to have a YouTube series where we go all the way from the north of North America to the...
We're
that was
going
not planned.
North to south.
Don't
across
say it yet.
North America.
Don't say it yet.
Okay.
We can't do it yet.
All of America.
All of America.
All of America.
All of America.
But we'll accidentally end up going east to west.
No, you can't.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Just stay tuned for that. Speaking of staying tuned, why not, if you haven't already, I don't know how you found this last episode if you haven't subscribed, but subscribe to the old YouTube. And hey, if you like this stuff, I don't know why you would, but hey, you know, takes all kinds. You know, drop some comments, please subscribe, please like, and we have lots of plans to keep doing more and more of this sort of thing.
When you push the buttons, it helps us in this space to be able to keep bringing you this.
That's right.
And if you don't know this, we have a podcast all about Land Rovers called the Underpowered Hours. So make sure that you follow the links and go check that out too. Every Monday, we sarcastically talk about Land Rovers and the world of land rovering.
We've got a ton of fantastic content coming up. We have a forward control that used to be an expedition vehicle that hasn't run in 10 years that we have to go retrieve and then get to run again.
You can tell how much I loved that project.
Well, Liza, speaking of terrible projects, has a G4 Freelander that hasn't run properly probably since the day it was made.
But it's going to. It's going to.
I like that you believe that. I believe that you believe that. And that's all that's important.
Thanks.
Teamwork. If you love vintage motoring and stupid adventuring and, generally underestimating the distances that things are from each other, then you may have found a home here. So again, like and subscribe. We appreciate it, and we'll see you on the trail.